Already?
I have.
All right, thank you everyone for being here for Jesus's end of year presentation, year 3.
Year 3.
Done. So what we ask our students to do is take about 10 or 15 minutes and look back over the previous year with a focus on their growth and the things that they've accomplished, and then look a little bit forward as well. So I'm excited to hear what Jesus has to offer. Once he completes the formal part of his presentation, I'll offer a few comments and thoughts, and then open it up to first the faculty and staff in the room, and then everyone else that is joining us, including those that are online. So thank you, technology. With that, it's all you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jesus Guillen. I am we'll get to that right now. Welcome to my, welcome to my Top Scholar end of year. That of course is me. So, yeah, thank you all for making it out. So, I love music. You all know this. Most everyone in here knows I love music. So, I made it a la Spotify. So, just kind of a brief welcome. So, thank you for coming out to my end of year. I'll present on everything I did over the past year and hopefully a little bit more of what's ahead of me. Special thanks to all those in the Zoom room. I know we have people in different time zones. Thank you from the East Coast and then the mountains as well. Yeah, so just kind of a brief introduction for some of my friends that went to the REU. Top Scholar is a last dollar scholarship at UTSA. It's a community of scholars. So our pillars are knowledge, leadership, and service. And that's my main focus on today's presentation. So that's me. My name is Jesse, or Jesus, but I go by Jesse. The font's all messed up. It's a little bit bothersome, but I'm a 3rd-year student in electrical and computer engineering with a minor in computer science. And some of my campus involvement is with TSSO, so Top Scholar Student Organization, with Overwatch Technologies, with Big Rowdy Idea. It's the startup company that we're currently forming or currently pursuing. With IEEE Eta Kappa Nu, so the Electrical Engineering Honor Society, and Plessy College of Engineering and Integrated Design Ambassador. I just included a lot of pictures here, so this is kind of like the gallery from this past year. There's so many different places I've been everywhere. Some of my favorites here is like fishing at home with my dad. New friends in Maine is also really fun. When I went to Illinois on the conference, of course, when we hung out for a Taylor Swift themed birthday party as well, that was always fun. So yeah. For those of you that do know me, you know that I put memes on my playlist pictures. So that's how this is going to be for the next couple of minutes. But this is the agenda of what we're going over today. So just kind of knowledge, leadership, and service, of course, which are the pillars that we have, as well as some lessons that I learned this year, the future plans, and then the thank you. So yeah, start with the knowledge. So this year I've broken it down into 5. So this past summer I went to the University of Maine and completed a REU, so research experience for undergraduates in visual odometry for robotics. I worked and presented at a symposium there, which was a lot of fun, and I got to meet a lot of amazing people. The second experience that I had was the MSI Alliance conference. I was supposed to go with Dr. Kelly and Dr. Gonzalez, as well as some other students. Didn't happen that way. I was the only student that made it out because of some bad weather. But nonetheless, it was an amazing experience to get to meet people from different places. So such as University of Illinois, Chicago, from UTEP. There was also from a bunch of different HBCUs and TCUs. So I'm also excited to announce that I'm a Texas Business Hall of Fame Future Scholar finalist. So thank you. Really excited for that. I just interviewed. It was amazing. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. I was also a lab assistant for the Microcomputer Systems 1 lab. A lot of fun, really a lot of fun. It was a pleasure working with Dr. Paul Morton. He was one of the best mentors for that I could have. And finally, I went on my first grad school visit. So I went to Clemson this past January. It was great to see the program that they have over there, specifically their all-in program. That was great. And I had a lot of fun, and I seriously made me consider grad school. So of course, what what good is an album without its artwork? So we got pictures for each different event. So of course, the University of Maine is me and some friends up there on the left, and then the MSI conference right in the middle when I was presenting on myself. And then TBHF, the finalists, that's the team that we competed with, which was Overwatch. I was also the Micro One lab assistant with Dr. Morin, which built circuit boards like, or a proto board that looks like that. And then of course the Clemson visits right there. I was grateful because we got to visit a bunch of different places on campus that I would have never otherwise been able to visit. So for leadership, again, 5 different categories. The first one I'll talk about is the Top Scholar Student Organization Executive Director. I had the amazing pleasure of working for Top Scholar and being part of the student org. It was a lot of fun. We put on a bunch of different events. We did Best Fest. I was grateful to have such an amazing board. Truthfully, everyone did their part. Everyone did the best. It truthfully was a lot of fun. The second experience I'll go into is IEEE Eta Kappa Nu, so the Honor Society. I served as the treasurer. They put on a lot of events, and we got to attend the Student Leadership Conference in Charlotte. This was back in October. For the third experience, I'll talk about the Overwatch Technologies Chief Technology Officer. This is part of the Big Rowdy Idea team. Yeah, I served as anything tech related. I helped out. I consulted on different tech that we needed that we were going to use, and ultimately what would be used in the final presentation and what the software would look like. I was also grateful to participate in the college tour, the entrepreneurship segment. That was a lot of fun. That camera crew was wacky. They were amazing. I saw them like 7 more times, 3 more times on campus, and each time it would get worse. Why are you guys following me? You're the one following me. So those guys are really amazing. I'm grateful for the segment that they put on. And then of course the K-Seed ambassador. So I put in a little bit of time with that, and I also went to different events such as Dia de los Niños and solar car races. And of course, yeah, this is some pictures. So TSSO leadership, that was at Scholar Summit. A lot of fun. The Chief Technology Officer for Overwatch, that's our team as well. Going to be a little bit of common theme there. The K-Seed ambassador, that's Jose in the racing chair. That was this past weekend. We had a lot of fun volunteering. It was a great event, spreading awareness for Klesi. Of course, the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu treasurer, that was at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. And the college tour, so that was like a little graphic that they made about me. So for service, I participated again in the TSSO executive director role for service. And this actually 1 and 4 go really well hand in hand. So we participated in Best Fest this year for the first time. I don't know if ever in a long time. We raised $1,310.50 for the Ronald McDonald House charity. And like I said, it was great for me, but the board did amazing. The board, it was a contributed effort from all across the board, from planning to making the boba, to the boba failing, to making the boba again. It was great. It was great to see everyone put in a little bit here and there, and we all got it done together. It was really great. Also the K-Seed ambassadors, so going out to local outreach events and volunteering with them was a lot of fun. Like I said, Dia de los Niños, solar car races was another one, and then helping them with the Student Success Center was another. And I'll skip over 4 because I just talked about 4. But Top Scholar Selection, the scheduling committee. For those in this room, you probably know how hard that is. I'm looking at Dylan over there. It was great. No late nights this time, but well, a couple. But but it was truly great trying to get to work on something that is a little bit more structured, trying to get something that's a little different and a little more organized. But this year was a lot of fun. And of course, I got more pictures. I'm sorry, Jose. You just every time I'd ask you for a picture, you did something like this, and I had to put you on there. So our top left and our bottom left both go hand in hand. Best Fest and TSSO. Like I said, those guys were truly amazing. I love that board. That board was great. We actually have the new executive director sitting with us, so congratulations. So also for Compass Days, I didn't take a picture of when I spoke at Compass Days. So I found the next best thing, which is Jose taking a picture and photobombing himself. And then for the top right, so the K-Seed ambassador, that was actually a picture for that was the picture for the solar car races. So we helped out by just general facilitation of the whole race and all that. And then of course, top scholar scheduling, I just put a generic coding because that was all done. But so this is like the lessons that I've learned this past year. I'm gonna do this just a little differently than just giving the lessons straight out. I picked a couple of album covers based on their names, and yeah, perfect. So the first lesson I learned is life happens. You know, stuff happens. Your trajectory is not straight. Your trajectory is never going to be straight. If it's straight, you're not progressing the right way. Sometimes you have to take 3 steps back. You can take 10 steps forward, but then you got to go left or right. You know. And the perfect album for this is Thomas Rhett's Life Changes. It's the one that I put on there. Time management. So this is a Tame Impala album called Slow Rush. So in the moment you feel really like time goes really slow, but then all of a sudden you're almost in May and you're presenting in front of a group of people about your end of year. So you know, really fast, but also really slow. So just kind of learning how to manage that time. Confidence. So I feel like I had a good amount of confidence coming into this year, but this year I feel like that really skyrocketed. I felt like I truthfully got the willpower behind that confidence. And of course, persistence. So, like I said, life doesn't always go your way, but you got to power through it. Because at the end of the day, and I put a head full of dreams because you want it to be your way. You want it to do something great. You want to do something that you've only dreamed of, you know? And that's Coldplay's album for that one. So these are my future plans, of course. So it's called the Summer EP. And yeah, I will be working this summer, hopefully, as an enterprise account engineering intern at Amazon Web Services. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. I think I've showed everyone in this room that picture of this one. I'll be interning with Amazon Web Services as an enterprise account engineering intern. So hopefully on cloud databases and on cloud infrastructure, which is going to be very fun because I'll be going out to Santa Clara, aka Silicon Valley. It'll be a lot of fun. Of course, so Overwatch Technologies 2 Electric Boogaloo is a phrase that Dylan loves to use. This is all Dylan. So during my experience with Texas Business Hall of Fame, I got interviewed by Mr. Harvey Najim, and it was really insightful to get to meet him. And he said you should keep working on this. And truthfully, I was a little bit hesitant to keep going, but he said this could change the world. And I said, okay, you know, this is definitely something I should probably keep doing. And it'll hopefully be great. Like I said, we're going to try to continue to work on it. And of course, for the third position, I'll be taking a position for the CLESI Student Advisory Council. I'm very excited for that. I'll be the vice president of events. I'll be putting on events like E-Week, Monster Mash, Pumpkin Smash, different things like that. And the last ones are blanked out. You can't listen to them yet because they're coming soon. So study abroad, that's coming soon. I'll let y'all know where I'm going. Hopefully it'll be during January for the mini semester. And the real world. So, you know, ultimately we're getting there. Hopefully next year for the senior exit report, I'll have an answer for you guys. Not hopefully, I probably will. I will. Probably, I'm sorry. I should have an answer for you by then. But I'm very excited. But yeah, thank you guys. So I provided a bunch of pictures. I always put this picture up here in my slides because that is my selection. My selection back in 2020. I always look back on it and I never knew how much this program is going to change my life. And I'm standing here in front of you guys presenting on how amazing my life has been. I'm truly grateful. I owe it all to my family, to all the supporters here, to my friends. Unironically, I put a picture of Dylan right there, as y'all see. I told him yesterday, and I'll say it again today. You know, you've been a big part of my life. Thank you. It's been amazing. To all of my other friends in the room, equally, y'all have truthfully changed me. Played a big part in my life. To all the people in the Zoom from different parts of the country or from here, thank you guys so much. Like I said, you know, this past summer was amazing. I had a great time. And to all my friends back home, again, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will finish by saying thank you. If y'all have any questions, I will now open the floor for that. But yeah, thank you guys.
Jesse, you really have accomplished a whole lot. So a question for you and then a general comment. So my question is related to leadership. You really took on a lot more independently this year. What do you think you learned about your own leadership style and how to be effective?
I think that I'm a very emotional person. I show my emotions very clearly. I express everything. You know, Dylan pointed that out, and I started to notice it's very true. And I think I'm very compassionate about it. Like I said, I want the best for everyone, whether it be my officer team at TSSO, whether it be other members of IEEE ADA Kappa Nu, or hopefully upcoming for KSAC, for Class C Student Advisory Council. I want the best, and I really truthfully care about the people around me. I think that's what my best quality is that, you know, I really, don't get me wrong, leadership, yeah, it's work and it's professional, but at the same time, to be doing well professionally, you have to be doing well personally. And I think that the connection there is what I try to focus on.
Yeah, I think understanding that well and how to operate in that realm for you, and each individual person understanding that for themselves will help you be very effective. So I'm glad that that's what you have recognized about yourself, because now you can operate in that strength.
Thank you.
Right? Comment for you as you move into your senior year, move away from TSSO leadership. I want to really encourage you to still remain highly connected. And I say this a lot to our students who are our veteran students. Your role as a leader is not just a title. And it's important that we have leaders in our group who are not just sitting on the board. So I want to really encourage you. You're going to be very busy next year, but you have a lot to offer our younger students. So stay very connected and know that your connection with them will only happen if you are very intentional about it. Right? It's not just happenstance, because you are so busy and everyone else will be so busy. So you have a lot to offer. Make sure you share what you have, your gifts.
Thank you for your comment and thank you for your question. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Who else has something? And there's a comment in the chat too. Xavier Gonzalez, that's Mr. Gonzalez from the high school, says, very proud of you, kind of figured that you just might get at least an associate's in art. Maybe. If he's a betting guy, he's losing some money. And what would you have to say to those students looking to get into Top Scholar? So Jose, a year ago or 2 years ago.
Well, like I said, yeah, I think he lost some money, but that's a very rough question, honestly. Like I said, if I get asked that, my answer changes every time. I don't have a concrete answer, but I would say, I don't know what I would say. This one caught me.
I won't say
Well, yeah, of course. Apply is always the first step, but you know, like I said, reach out. There's always going to be someone in your community that can help you. And I think that the more that we reach out back to where we come from, the more that we help out back to where we come from, it helps out. It helps our community out. It helps our community both. Well, my community back at home in Brownsville, about 4 hours south, and my community here in San Antonio. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, and Mufaro, thank you. I really I told him he didn't have to show up because he had work and all that. I didn't want to bother. But thank you, Mufaro. Yes.
You summed it up earlier what I was gonna say. One of your leadership attributes that's really your strength is your compassion. I remember so many times having to come to you and just like ramble or rant or like when I'm upset. Just because you are compassionate and you're a good shoulder to lean on during kind of stress. So I really applaud that within you, and I'm really grateful that I can call you and my friends. I'm just really proud of everything you've accomplished. I mean, getting Amazon, like, what the heck? Like, you're insane. I'm so just honored to be a friend and see everything you've accomplished. I'm excited to hear more about it. You know.
Thank you. Truthfully, you and I both were surprised that I got Amazon. Like I said.
Surprise, just like a.
Oh, no, generally surprised. I checked in probably 150 applications. I would say something like that for internships. And I got 2 callbacks, one from Google and one from Amazon. And Amazon took
Matters.
and Amazon took a chance on me. I'm grateful for it. You know, life takes you some way, somehow, in some direction. It's amazing. But thank you, Grace.
Great to watch you grow this week. I think you really came out of your shell more. That's a lot because you're already very.
There is no show anymore.
I think you were right about how much confidence you had here, and it was really impressive to see how much you involve yourself in everything. I don't know how you balance all of that. It's been really great. And I think I got to see how much of a natural leader you are because of TISA. So I think you make everyone feel heard and part of the whole process. And you make it fun to work with you. And I think if it's fun to work with you, it's not really working at all. So I'm really proud of you. I know you put in so much work into Amazon and everything. I'm really excited to see what you do. I know you can do great things.
Thank you. I'll start off with what you said about working with you. It truly is. I thank you for the compliment, but you guys were just as amazing. Yeah, you guys were great. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I had the privilege of having what I consider the best board ever. We had some amazing people on. And it's always been a pleasure working with you as well. So thank you. Yes.
I remember when we spoke, when we were paneling together when I was an undergrad. I forgot, I think it was like a UTSA day or something. And we're doing like an honor specific one, and you were a sophomore and you read everything. You had like notes of what you've accomplished. And I was just like, oh my God, like I'm a senior and this kid is like literally is literally doing so much. I remember being super intimidated, but you've accomplished a lot and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. I have thank you. Well, thank you everyone before that, because I know a lot of people sent messages and I don't want to think that y'all think I'm ignoring you. Thank you. But back to your point, thank you so much. Like I said, you know, it was great seeing you as an undergrad and participating with you in the honors college events. But you know, thankfully from my roommate over here, I've learned how to kind of just no no's, just go for it.
Right, last call before we transition.
I guess I'll go next. There's a million and one things I could say. But I think the biggest is just that more than anybody, you've been the person that was there for me during some of all of the roughest parts of my life. And you know, just being able to walk in on a random night and be like, it's gonna be a bad night, man. And just going, all right, get in the car, we're gonna go get food and figure this out. And so being able to spend the last 2 years as your roommate and your friend has been incredible.
Don't do this, man.
And okay, in that case, that's where I'll leave it.
Go ahead and stop sharing your screen, and I think your mom unmuted.
Oh,
So,
well, thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it.
Dr.
No, not my mom. My mom always makes me cry, so I'm very sorry for what's about to happen, guys. Alright, I'm very sorry.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what can I say about my son? I am super proud of him. all of the things that he has accomplished. He is a true blessing to all of us. And I want to thank you all, his friends, Christy, of course, Mr. Gonzalez, everybody who's here for him. And I always tell my kids, you can invite 1 million people to your events, but the ones that show up are the ones that really matter and the ones that really care about you. And so I want to thank everybody who showed up for his presentation. He did amazing. He's done so many things in his short 21 years, and hopefully to God, he's gonna do a lot more. And like I said, I wanna thank everybody, Christy, and your program. It is amazing what you all do with these kids. Wow. I saw him speak today, and like somebody said, before he would bring his notes and everything, and now it's like he's a natural. And I owe it all to your program. Way to go, UTSA. I love you.
I love you too, Mom. Thank you, Dr. Mom, as she jokingly told us to call her after she graduated. You guys are my inspiration. You guys are the reason why I continue to do this. I love you guys so much, and I miss you guys. See you.
So proud of you, Jessie Bear.
All right, with that, we really do have to transition. So thank you all so much to everybody online and otherwise. And our next presenter